Some video game characters make us laugh, some make us cheer, and some leave us completely heartbroken. Today we're counting down 10 beloved video game characters whose stories ended in tragedy, but whose legacies never died. Number 10. Dominic Santiago, Gears of War 3. Dominic Santiago was never the face of Gears of War. That was Marcus Phoenix. But Dom was something just as important. He was the friend who never left your side. Throughout this series, players watched him endure unimaginable pain, especially after losing his wife Maria. Despite everything, he continued fighting for his squad and the people he cared about. Then came Gears of War 3. Faced with impossible odds, Dom sacrifices himself to save his friends. There are many heroic deaths in gaming, but Dom's stand out. Why? Because it feels completely true to his character. He wasn't chasing glory, he wasn't trying to become a legend, so to speak. He was simply protecting the people he loved, and that's exactly why players loved him. Number 9. Vesemir, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Every great hero needs a mentor. For Geralt, that mentor was Vesemir. As the oldest Witcher alive, Vesemir represented wisdom, experience, and stability in an often brutal world. He trained generations of monster hunters and treated Ciri like family. Throughout The Witcher 3, he's a reassuring presence whenever danger appears. Then comes the Battle of Kaer Morhen. When Ciri's life is threatened, Vesemir doesn't hesitate. He puts himself between her and danger. The result is one of the most emotional moments in the entire game. His death isn't just the loss of a character, it's the loss of a father figure, a teacher. When I saw this scene, when I reached this point of the game, I was a kid, I cried. Yeah, a symbol of an older generation passing away. Number 8. Mordin Solus, Mass Effect 3. Mordin Solus is one of the most unique companions ever created. Brilliant, eccentric, and endlessly entertaining, he quickly became a fan favorite. But beneath his humor lies a complicated past, just like Deadpool. Mordin helped create policies that affected the future of, Krogan species. For years, he believed those decisions were justified. Eventually, he began questioning them. By Mass Effect 3, Mordin understands that some mistakes cannot be ignored forever. Someone has to take responsibility. When the moment comes, he willingly sacrifices himself to correct what he believes was wrong. It's a powerful ending because it completes his entire journey. He starts as a scientist defending his choices. He ends as a hero willing to die for them. Number 7. Aunt May, Marvel's Spider-Man. Aunt May has always been one of the most important people in Peter Parker's life, but Marvel's Spider-Man elevates her role even further. She spends her days helping struggling people and encouraging Peter to do the same. She embodies kindness, selflessness, and compassion. Near the end of the story, Peter faces a heartbreaking choice. A treatment exists that could save Aunt May, but that same treatment is needed to save countless innocent people. Peter chooses the city. It's the hardest decision of his life, yet it's exactly what Aunt May taught him to do. Her death hurts because she isn't just losing her life, she's proving why she was Peter's greatest role model from the very beginning. Number 6. Lee Everett, The Walking Dead. Few protagonists have connected with players the way Lee Everett did. When The Walking Dead begins, Lee is simply trying to survive. Then he meets Clementine. What follows becomes one of gaming's greatest relationships. Players watch Lee guide her through a collapsing world filled with danger, fear, and impossible choices. Over time, he becomes more than a protector, he becomes family. That's why the ending hits so hard. After being bitten, Lee knows he won't survive. Yet his final moments aren't focused on himself. They're focused on Clementine. Even while dying, he's still teaching her, still protecting her, still helping her prepare for the future. It's one of the most emotional endings gaming has ever produced. But number 5. Arthur Morgan, Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan begins his story as an outlaw, a loyal member of Dutch's gang, a man who rarely questions the world around him. But as Red Dead Redemption 2 progresses, Arthur begins changing. He sees his gang falling apart. He sees Dutch becoming someone he barely recognizes, and eventually he realizes his own time is running out. After being diagnosed with that sickness, what was that name? Tuberculosis, something like that. Arthur begins focusing on what truly matters, helping others, protecting people, trying to leave something good behind. His journey becomes one of redemption. That's why his death is so powerful. Players don't just lose a protagonist, they lose someone they watched grow into a better person, someone who finally found peace before the end and died at the end. Number 4. Sarah, The Last of Us. Sarah appears for only a short portion of The Last of Us, yet her death defines the entire story. Many gamers have cried at the beginning of the game. Players experience the outbreak through her eyes, making the opening hours feel personal and terrifying. She's not a soldier. She's not a survivor. She's simply a daughter trying to understand what's happening around her. Then tragedy strikes. Despite Joel's desperate efforts, Sarah dies during the chaos. The scene remains one of the most famous openings in gaming history, not because of action, because of emotion. Her death becomes the foundation for Joel's character and influences nearly every decision he makes afterward. For such a brief appearance, Sarah leaves an enormous impact. Number 3. Johnny Klebitz. GTA IV, The Lost and Damned, and GTA V. Johnny Klebitz wasn't a side character. He was a protagonist. Players spent an entire GTA expansion controlling him and learning about his struggles as a biker gang leader. They saw his strengths, his flaws, his mistakes. That's what made him interesting. When Johnny returns in GTA V, fans expect another chapter in his story. Instead, they witness one of the franchise's most shocking deaths. What makes the moment memorable isn't just its brutality, it's the connection players already had with him. This wasn't a random character, this was someone whose story they had already experienced firsthand, and losing him felt surprisingly personal. Number 2. John Marston, Red Dead Redemption 1, of course. John Marston spent an entire game searching for redemption. He wanted to leave violence behind. He wanted a better future for his family. And for a brief moment, it seemed like he had achieved it. Then everything changed. When danger arrives at his doorstep, John understands exactly what must happen. He steps outside and faces impossible odds, not because he expects to survive, because he's protecting the people he loves. His final stand is one of the most iconic moments in gaming history. It's tragic, it's heroic, and it's the perfect ending for a man who spent his entire story trying to become better than his past. And number 1, Noble 6, Halo Reach. Some heroes die unexpectedly. Noble 6 is different. From the very beginning of Halo Reach, players know Reach will fall. This story isn't about victory, it's about sacrifice. As the game progresses, members of Noble Team are lost one by one until only Noble 6 remains, alone, outnumbered, and still fighting. The final objective is legendary. Survive. Not win, not escape, just survive. Players battle wave after wave of enemies, knowing the outcome cannot change. There is no rescue coming, no miracle awaiting. Only one final stand. Noble 6 dies defending humanity until the very end, and that's why he earns the number 1 spot. Last time we looked at video game characters who fought ghosts. This time we remembered heroes who became ghosts in gaming history. If you missed that ghost countdown, check it out next. And don't forget to subscribe for more original content from Susha Prime. It helps the channel grow quickly and it helps me earn some money. So subscribe. And as always, thank you for staying with me through the end of the video. Take care and farewell.